show. It's 3 and Out. My name is Reynard Joseph.
And my name is Manny D.
This is a show basically where we take 3 major topics and discuss it for you, the sports fans.
So let's get right to it.
Yes.
The first, most important thing we're going to discuss today is the most interesting thing this month. And that is March Madness, the collegiate basketball tournament for the top teams.
Oh, and it is on fire right now.
Right now, everything is going on, but there hasn't been any major upsets, but every team that we expect to win has been winning.
Yes.
The only upsets that has occurred is Villanova beating Clemson, West Virginia coming out of nowhere and beating the favored Duke Blue Devils, and of course, Davidson coming to 10th seed, beating the number 1, 2 seed, Georgetown.
Right now, so far, the 4 number 1s are safe and secure. They are taking care of business. But I have to say, I was kind of disappointed when Duke lost to West Virginia.
You disappointed.
I'm sorry, I know you're disappointed.
Disappointed?
You were fighting against.
I want to talk about this because their rivals, UNC, is running through teams.
The tournament right now.
Teams. They are running through teams like they are a bunch of cornfields. They are running through them.
Honestly, I did not expect that. But I mean, you know what I have to say? West Virginia, big ups to you guys. Because for the simple fact of the matter is you showed up and you out-hustled Duke.
Out-hustled, outplayed,
out-rebounded.
Out-rebound, out-D'd, out-everything. Duke, you lost, and West Virginia beat you.
You lose.
But like I said, UNC is playing ball right now.
Absolutely.
There's been 300-point games, and UNC has 2 of them. So they've been blowing out cats. UNC is in my Elite 8. It's in my Elite 8. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to pick our Elite 8. Because we already know who's in Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Pick our Elite 8.
You know what's
right now, I got Kansas versus Wisconsin. I got UNC versus Tennessee.
Okay.
I got Michigan State versus Texas. I definitely do. I got Michigan State upsetting Memphis. I don't like Memphis' game right now. They're a little shaky. I got Michigan State versus Texas, and I got UCLA versus West Virginia. Who's in your Elite 8?
That's your Elite 8.
That's my Elite 8.
All right. Mine, I would agree with you on the Kansas versus Wisconsin. I do see Kansas definitely putting up some points, and they are scoring, and they're going to win that one. I see UNC versus Louisville.
You mean Louisville's going to beat Tennessee?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. But I see the coaching getting them edge right now, and they may be able to pull this one off.
Patino's a good man. He's a good man. But Patino's not playing ball.
He's not playing ball. I'm telling you, but he makes the adjustments to get his team ready for that game. Right. I see Louisville making it against UNC. Don't know if they're going to make it far, but I see them going against UNC. I say Memphis versus Texas. I just can't see Michigan State.
I watched Memphis' last game, and they were shaky. I see Michigan State heart coming over. Because you know our motto, will is better than skill, and you can't charm heart. So I'm going with Michigan State on that one.
But you know what? I have to say that I see Memphis bouncing back, shaking off, the heebie-jeebies and, the bubbles in their guts right now, and really getting focused to play Michigan State. And my last, I have to say UCLA versus West Virginia.
We both got West Virginia. I mean, they beat Duke. Not saying Duke was that great team, but that can give West Virginia some type of confidence to go far. Not beating UCLA, but getting to meet them. I'm telling you, I see some swagger. But I'm going to have to say right now, I don't see the swagger carrying them against UCLA. Well, UCLA's playing ball, and that is what it is. And I think from last show, UCLA's in both of our Final Fours. Absolutely. Yes. Well, now, let's talk about people playing ball. Now, we're going to go straight from college to the pros. Last week, me and Reynard, we praised the Houston Rockets for their 22-game winning streak. They were on fire. Their Rockets were as hot as a rocket, and they were going straight to the top. Straight to the top. But then, the week comes down. Yes, and they lost the gas and came back towards earth, or reality. Absolutely. Houston Rockets have officially lost 3 of their last 4 games, and in that went from number 1 to number 5. Number 5. And we have said, we've stated on this show before, the West is highly contested. You cannot go on any losing streak right now because any team that goes on a 5-game losing streak, you can find yourself looking at the playoffs from the outside. They went from 10 to 1, and from 1 to 5. That is a big drop. Because if you're not in the top 4 seeds, you don't have home court advantage. And during that 22-game winning streak, home was real good to them. Very nice. Very good. Fans were cheering and referees were proud. I'm going to tell you right now. So just like we praise them, we got to give an eye of scrutiny to them. Because I'm scared. 3 of your last 4 is pretty bad. Don't go from a great winning streak to an abominable losing streak. All right, here's the thing. You're bound to lose in the NBA.
No team is going to go 82-0. But the fact of the matter is, the way they lost that game to break their streak to the Boston Celtics by 20 points, they got handed.
You know what's really bad is because Boston Celtics is an elite team. It's almost as if saying, now you're playing with the big boys.
Absolutely.
There was complaints about how Houston had it easy throughout that stretch.
Oh, yeah.
And this, in some way, proved that theory correctly. And these are the big bad boys from the East, the Celtics, the original spontaneous team that was beating everyone in the beginning of the season.
They went from worst to first.
Coming back, showing you guys, listen, man, we are for real.
They are for real.
We are for real.
But I have to say, though, for them to get beat that bad in their home court, it's a little...
If they would have lost a game-winning shot, they lost dignity.
Yeah, if they lost to a game-winning shot, if they lost by 3 to 2 points,
they would have remained.
I would say, you know what, they were there, they were struggling, they put up defense. But I mean, the bench from Boston Celtics was scoring on.
It was bad, sure. It was a bad way to lose. And do you think that kind of set a domino effect?
I think it definitely takes a domino effect because you know what? It knocks the wins out of themselves. To lose, because everybody knows the streak was going to end one day or the other. But to lose that bad and lose handily, easily,
but
to the Celtics.
At the same time,
that's a domino effect.
This is the NBA. These people are professionals. You guys need to suck it up and try to get back to the top. Because you know what? As of right now, the Houston Rockets is not the only team in the slump. As of yesterday.
Especially out of Texas.
As of yesterday. The only team in Texas to not win an NBA championship has lost their MVP of last year. And we're talking about the...
We're not talking about MVP. We're talking about the franchise player.
We're talking about the Dallas Mavericks.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a team that was basically 2 years being removed from the NBA Finals. 1 year removed from being almost threatening to win 70 games.
This team...
And now they are fighting to stay in the 7th place in the playoffs.
Now they are in the 7th place, and unfortunately, Dirk Nowitzki, their captain, has gone down. Currently, with this, the Mavs are already on a 3-game losing streak.
Absolutely.
Already on a 3-game losing streak. And unfortunately, I do not see them coming back to winning these next couple of games. There's 12 games left for them, and 7 of them are against playoff caliber teams. And that is where they fall. That's where they fall.
Their schedule looks really rocky towards the end of the season. It does.
And there is a hungry team called the Denver Nuggets who's capable of scoring 168 points
any given night.
Now, that's where the problem lies. Do you see the Mavs making their stay in the playoffs?
It was already tough enough to say yes when Dirk was there. With Dirk going to be possibly missing 2 weeks against playoff contenders, I don't see that happening. I literally see a reshuffling going on towards the end. I definitely see Golden State will stay in there.
Oh, Golden State is staying.
But I see Denver making a push. If they go in a slump and Denver makes that push when they start scoring over 100-something points like they're running and gunning right now, I definitely see Denver getting in. I see Dallas going out.
So we both agree. We're seeing it right now. Dallas, you're out. Golden State, you're moving up. And Denver is coming to the 8th spot. That's what we got right now.
That's what we got.
But that also brings us to which are the serious teams in the NBA.
All right. Are we going East and West or are we just going?
I want you to go East and West, and I want you to make it right now.
Right now. Off the top of my head. I have to say, the team that's serious to me right now from the East, hands down, has to be the Boston Celtics. I'm going to tell you why. Last week, this was a litmus test for them. I literally saw them be down to the World Championship San Antonio Spurs and come back to beat them in regulation.
With the addition of the veterans of Sam Cassell and P.J. Brown,
absolutely.
I have to agree with the Celtics also. The Celtics
out of the East
are the East team. And unfortunately, it might look deceiving. San Antonio's in the 6th spot, but San Antonio is still an elite team. So I got San Antonio in the West, and I got Boston in the East. That's my final teams.
All right. I may be a shocker to say this. At the beginning of the season, I thought they were pretenders. But now it's getting towards the end, and I see that they are really contenders. They're young. They're hungry.
He's saying the Hornets.
New Orleans Hornets.
Oh, as a Kings fan, Peter Stojakovic is not capable of coming through the playoffs. But that's for our next show.
That's another show.
That's another time.
I'm going to tell you right now. How do you get experience? By showing up, right?
Yeah.
By showing up,
but
right?
I also know you're down 7 seconds, you're a 3-point champion, and you hit the side of the backboard. But I don't want to bring up history. No, we're going to look forward.
I'm looking forward.
We're going to look forward
right now. To me, in the West, I don't know if they're going to make it to the finals, but I definitely see them as a contender. It's New Orleans Hornets.
I see a contender in the 1st round. And that's our show for this week.
Absolutely.
Once again, my name is Manny D.
My name is Raymond Joseph.
We out.